I hope everybody's having a great Tuesday. Welcome to the lesson today. I wanted to go ahead and start out by introducing our wonderful helpers today. We have Mr. Aiden Brown. Aiden, if you want to say a couple of hellos for us today.
I just wanted to say hello to the whole class.
Thank you so much. And we also have Victoria, who is here today. Victoria, do you want to say your greetings today?
Hello and happy Tuesday, everybody. Another wonderful day of self-isolation.
Yes.
Oh, it's so wonderful.
Thank you so much, Victoria, for that wonderful spirit of yours today. So ladies and gentlemen, Victoria and Aiden are going to be kind of our helpers today, our co-hosts, if you will, during this wonderful lesson. And they're going to be unmuted the whole time and kind of give their insight. So thank you to them in advance. I also wanted to take this opportunity to allow Andreas, I know he just came in, he said that he wanted to start today with some words of positivity, like a nice statement to get us all in the mood to learn today. So Andreas, if you have that, you are on if you'd like to share.
Okay, so, yeah, some words of positivity. Never give up. Alex! Okay, yeah, never give up and wake up early and do your work, unlike my brother who's telling me to shut up.
Okay, Andreas, thank you so much. So never give up. That's a really great lesson to have for the start of our day. And I wanted to go ahead and show you guys all the PowerPoint today so that you guys can see what we are going to be doing, kind of showing you guys what you need and our objective for today. So today is our very last day learning about the physical features of Greece. Little sad face, wah. But it's okay because we're going into more cooler stuff. We're going into the government. We're going into the democracy. We're going into the wonderful things that Greece has to offer its citizens. So today you guys are going to be identifying resources that were traded in Greece. So as you know, the Mediterranean provided that place for people to go and settle. And then while in those places away from Greece, they started to give things to Greece, to give lots of objects. Also, today you're going to locate where they settled and started those new colonies. And we're going to talk about why they did that today. So you are going to need these materials.
Greece is my happy place.
There we go. Thanks for guys for having that out there today. I appreciate that. So our agenda is as follows for today, ladies and gentlemen. Had it right there. Perfect. So thank you, Andreas, again for those words of wisdom to start our day. We really appreciate that. We're going to do sections 4 and 5 with our TCI activity. Then we are going to choose some students today to correctly name some physical features. I've got most of your maps of Greece, so we're going to see and put those to the test to see if you guys can name the features. And then we're going to do a little intro into chapter 26 today. So we're going to give you guys a little teaser. We're going to show you guys what that chapter is all about. It's really fun. And then I'm going to send you off on your independent work today. And you guys know that you have a quiz today. So you'll go ahead and take that after this lesson so you guys know what to do. All right, so that's our agenda for today. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to take a look at this map. And go ahead, take a moment to see what's going on. See the theme of the map. See what the title of the map is. I want you guys to just really, really look at that real quick, and then we're going to go to some questions. Victoria, what are you noticing about this map first and foremost?
Well, the first thing that I notice is that they like to trade. Go but there's gold, silver, and iron, which are all like can be used in some like gold is kind of fine material, so maybe they wanted that just to, oh, look at how pretty it is, or but
Yeah.
silver and iron, they could have used that to like make weapons or armor, so maybe they were interested in that, or they might have used timber or wood to build most of their houses because they traded it a lot.
Yeah, that's a really great analysis on the map, kind of pinpointing what the items and the objects were. I know Victoria knew that because down here she looked at the key and she saw the symbols for all of the items traded. And of course, we know Greece, and we know that those items are going to Greece. So those are some really great predictions. I know that a couple people had their hand up. Andrew, did you have something that you wanted to add?
What the frick? I'm muted.
Andrew, you're actually live.
Oh, there we go. Well, I did want to say some words of like how your day gets challenging. Like I only have a few time, like only a few minutes in the school day to like do some stuff I actually want. Sometimes life gets so crazy, you only have special occasions to enjoy the things you truly love. But
yeah, Andrew, that's really true.
What? Miss Kara, you're muted.
I'm here. I'm here.
Oh.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Andrew, and I would love. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, Andrew. Thank you.
You muted yourself again.
Andrew,
before.
can you mute?
Yeah, I'll mute myself.
Thank you so much. Aiden, do you have anything that you want to add?
Yes. From the looks of the major Greek trade routes, it seems like they're all going towards the mainland of Greece, towards like Athens and Sparta.
Yeah, that's definitely a place where they're all going because they started out here in Greece. And you guys, do you think that there's enough land to hold all these people? Victoria, Aiden?
No.
No. So they had to kind of settle in different areas around the Mediterranean. So that's kind of what we're going to be getting into today is when the population of Greece got to be too much, what did they do? How did they keep, their families, their colonies? So if everybody could go ahead and take a look at this sheet. This is what I told you guys to print out. And if you guys didn't, you can always go to TCI and you can go to the section of the text and it's right underneath. So
That's what I did.
Thank you so much for doing that. So anyways, we are going to go ahead and do section 4 together today. And then we're going to do a breakout session for section 5. So please make sure that you have these. When we get to the breakout sessions, you definitely want to make sure that maybe one person in your group has this. Maybe you're that person that has this for your group. So thank you so much for being prepared. I appreciate that wholeheartedly. Jack Martell, I see that you have your hand up. What's up?
I don't have a printer.
Okay.
But I don't know my TCI login.
Okay, so we can definitely figure that out later together. Just send me a message, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, of course. Luke Vaughn.
I actually had something to add on the map part.
Okay, go for it.
They could have also used gold to make, because of it being heavier and more of a durable metal, they could have used it to make like buckets and like things to hold stuff, so then if there's something really heavy, it's not gonna break it.
Yeah, that's a very astute prediction. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that, Luke. Thank you for that. So moving on, guys. Number 1, So we talked just a little bit about why the ancient Greeks would even start colonies. And we said that because the land of Greece, Aiden, was there a lot of livable land in Greece?
Not really. It was mostly all like mountains and rocky.
Yeah, so the parts that were livable, sometimes maybe just like the coasts or the islands, once those got full, that was it. It was overcrowded. And we know in Mesopotamia, what happens, Victoria, when your land gets overcrowded?
When your land gets overcrowded, they fight. People fight. People get mad. They're like, "Oh, you stop crowding." They're like old grandpas or grandmas. Get off my lawn. That's the equivalent to the Greeks.
Exactly. So people are getting mad. There's food shortages. And so to kind of think about that ahead of time, they decided, you know what, we're going to go ahead and spread our colonies. We're going to spread all of our Greek culture just around the Mediterranean. So for the answer to question one, what was the primary reason they started colonies? Well, because there wasn't enough land to support the growing population. So you guys definitely hit that on the head. Exactly.
Can I add to that?
Please do.
It was also because their farmland wasn't producing enough food for everyone. Because, like, remember, get off my lawn, and also just not enough lawn to grow all your cabbages and all your old person stuff. So,
Yeah.
not enough food.
Not enough food is exactly right. Thank you for that. I love it. So number two, there were a couple things before the Greeks set off to colonize these new areas. There were some actions they took. Some were like maybe superstitious. Some were a little like real, like they had to do this. But if raise your hands if you think you know any of the things that they did before they set off to colonize new lands. I'm seeing Braden. What do you think?
I remember in the TCI thing, it said that before they started colonizing, they asked the Oracle if it was a good idea.
100% yes. And so they consulted these ancients, these all-knowing people to see if it was a good idea. Now, if you think back to ancient China, what was that like, Braden? Do you remember the lesson that they had to like go to that person?
They what they did, they had like, I think it was like turtle shells, and they went to like the ancestors, and they could like tell the cracks.
Yes. Yes, they looked at the cracks in the turtle shells and they were able to kind of give them some advice. So yes, consulting an oracle is something in ancient Greece that they did a lot. When we get to our chapter with Athens and Sparta, you're going to see that the Spartans consulted the oracles a lot before they went to war to get advice, to get their blessing. So thank you so much, Braden. That was a really, really great answer. So
Yes.
any other actions that they took when starting a new colony? Let's go to Ryan.
So they had the colonists like travel overseas and look for like land with good farmland and natural harbors.
Totally. And was that like an easy journey for them?
No.
No. There was lots of seas, there was lots of islands. So these people had to be very skilled. If they weren't, it would be bye-bye for them, for sure. That's a really great answer, Ryan. Thank you so much. I'm going to go to Martin. Martin, what other actions did they take? Martin Hodges. All right, we're gonna move on. Hello? We're gonna move on to Trey. Trey, what's our last answer?
Another action. Probably they would probably have to travel a very long distance to find a different location
from
Yeah.
the other groups. And I just wanted to say that, like I said before, going to the Oracle is never a good idea. They
Yes.
inhale volcanic gases all day on a three-legged stool.
Yes. Thank you for that, Trey. Yeah, I remember you saying that before in the previous lesson. So thank you for that. And your answer was great. It had exactly kind of what Ryan was saying too. So I appreciate that. Thank you. Also, don't forget, guys, and this kind of goes back to the Olympics, and they had that fire that they all took. They took a little stick and they all took from the fire to take with them on their journey as well. That was kind of another action that they did that kind of represented their Greek culture and just, their ancestors that they would take with them to their new colonies. So that's another really good thing to admit. So the last question before we move on to our group sessions, our breakout sessions, is when did they establish the colonies? And I know that you guys need to know this because this is on the quiz today. Okay, so when did they establish the colonies? I'm going to go ahead and call on one of you guys to answer that. So if you think you know when, raise your hand and we'll call upon you. Jake. Mr. Jake Austin, when did they establish the colonies?
Over 3,000 years.
No,
300 years. My bad.
300 years, exactly. I always remember that number because of the movie 300, which is all about the Peloponnesian War. So 300, over a span of 300 years, they did this. Starting from about 1000 BC all the way down to about 600, 700 BCE. So yeah, thank you so much, Jake.
No problem.
And ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go ahead before we go into our little group sessions. I want to make sure that we have this sheet right here. It's section 5. There we go. And again, this is underneath your text on TCI. So if you guys don't have this printed out or don't have this in front of you, you could always go to your text and these are the questions right underneath. We showed you guys that last week. So these are 3 questions that I'm going to have you discuss with your group. Now, don't worry, I'm going to kind of verbalize the questions as well. So if you don't have the paper, you can just hear the question and talk about it. So first and foremost, why did they trade? Okay, we saw that map a little bit earlier on in the lesson. One of the objectives today is to learn what they traded. We want to know why as well. We also want to know what goods from the Greek mainland were traded and what did they get in exchange. And then 2 or more challenges that the ships faced. So those are the things that you guys are going to be discussing while in your groups today. Questions before we get started? I see some hands are up, but it could be from the past. Bella, do you have a question before we get started? No? Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and put you guys into breakout sessions. You're going to get a notification. Again, I'm going to read the questions for you and get you guys started, but hopefully at least one person has the documents up in that for us. All right, guys. Thank you so much. You can go ahead and get started. Just remember the first question that you're asking, or you're answering rather, is why did some ancient Greek settlements trade? Why did some ancient Greek settlements trade? Go ahead and start discussing that for us.
Okay, so the first question. Why did some ancient Greek settlements trade? I'm trying to open up the... There we go. So I was gonna say, like, I think they traded because they kind of wanted like goods, since also she said that there wasn't, or was scared that there wasn't enough land to support the growing population and there wasn't enough food. So
Hey, Dylan. Hey, Eamon.
Silver and timber.
Oh, hello.
Hey, good job, guys. Keep it up.
Because I could have sworn I read something else in the text.
All right, guys, what did you say for number 3?
Wait, hang on. Back on number.
Mainland retreated.
I know they traded olive oil, right?
Yeah.
They traded olive oil.
And they also traded, I think, timber
Yeah, timber, because they did grow a lot of trees.
and metal.
Timber and what?
Metal.
Metal. All right, last one. Identify 2 or more challenges merchant ships faced. Maybe weather.
That's what I was thinking.
Oh,
Like weather.
weather, and they had no like navigation. They only had the stars.
Oh yeah.
Or church, and there are no lighthouses.
What question are you guys on?
The last one.
Nice.
Yeah, the last one.
Cool. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys about 60 more seconds. So wrap it up, talk about everything. You have 60 seconds to head back to the main session.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
Hello.
Well, those sure were some questions.
Those were some really good questions, weren't they?
Yes, they were.
All right, now that I'm having you guys kind of head back into the session, why did some ancient Greek settlements trade? I'm going to go ahead and take that question to somebody that I haven't really heard from in a while. So thank you. Ooh, everyone's kind of entering back in. Hey, hey, everyone. Admit. All right. So Aiden, why don't you kick us off with the answer to your group's discussion on that?
We got to get supplies that they could not produce.
Okay, yeah, so they did that because they needed to get supplies. Absolutely.
Oh,
Ashlyn, what about you?
We said they didn't have enough supplies to meet their own needs, so they traded with others.
Yeah, they definitely had to trade with others for sure. Thank you for that.
Can I give an example of the kind of trades they made?
Yeah, so that's going to be question 2. So like what goods were traded? Victoria, do you want to kick us off on that one?
Yes. Olive oil and pottery were traded from the mainland in exchange for grain, timber, and metal. And trading is the equivalent of going over to your neighbor's house saying, "Hey, I'm out of toilet paper. Can I have a roll? I can give you some hand sanitizer." And they can be like, "Oh, wait, I don't have any hand sanitizer."
Yes.
Sure, friend, let's make a trade.
Yes, and that's definitely something that we've had to do during times for sure. Theo, do you have anything that you saw, like what items were traded?
I know that they traded grain and timber.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Grain and timber were a huge trade. Nikhil, what about you?
I noticed that they traded like their pottery and olive oil for the metal because I guess they needed it for I guess they could use the metal to trade with other things to get other stuff that they needed as well.
Yeah,
So,
thank you for that. That's great. Great answer. And then moving to our third question, 2 or more challenges those merchant ships faced. We know that you had to be an expert to be sailing in that land for sure. So Ava, what was one challenge they faced?
One challenge they faced was that they couldn't navigate it very well because they didn't have a compass or chart, so they had to follow the stars.
Yeah, I think what Ava said, I know she was kind of breaking up there. I know that she said that it was very, very hard to navigate those things very well. So yes. What about you, Leo?
We got that there was very stormy weather and there may be robbers in the sea.
Yeah. So pirates, like when we talked about the Silk Road, we talked about, there might be some bandits or some thieves. They definitely had those on the seas too. So thank you, Leo, for that. I really appreciate your guys' time and effort going over this section. That deems us done with the section work that you guys put your heart and soul into. Thank you very much for that. And we are going to actually move on to something that I miss very much, and that is learning about where the physical features are on the map. So that's usually what our test is about. You guys know your test today is not really like that. It's more of like just the TCI lesson game. But to kind of bring back those classroom memories of kind of pointing to the features on the map, we're going to do the virtual version of that today. So I'm going to put a map up, and I'm going to call on some of you guys to name the features to see how you guys do with that. So I am going to randomly pick someone to do that.
Oh, so fancy.
It's so fancy. Let's see. Mr. Peak, Will, would you like to try your hand at naming the features?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put up a blank map, and I'm going to use my mouse to kind of point over a feature, and you just kind of tell me the name of that feature. Do you think you can play with that?
All right.
All right, cool. So what if I were to ask you what this feature is?
Black Sea.
Yes. What about this large area?
Europe.
Yes. This large area?
Africa.
What about this area from times past?
Egypt.
Very good. And then this right here?
Mediterranean Sea.
Exactly. What about this one?
That one is the Ionian Sea, I think.
Ionian Sea. Thank you. I know some people are playing at home, and hopefully you're getting them right. What about this one?
Oh, it's the. Oh shoot! It's. I don't know how to say. It's like Adriatic.
Adriatic. Yeah, exactly. Hopefully you use my Rocky reference to remember that one. What about this one here?
Aegean, I think.
The Aegean Sea. Very good. Do you remember the mountain range that was just kind of on the mainland?
Oh shoot. I didn't put that one down. No, I don't.
That's okay. What about the mountain range that's right about here, this round area?
Oh, I know this one. Hold on. No, I don't know. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. And then do you know the name of the peninsula over here?
Oh, oh my gosh. I know this one. No, I can't think of it.
No worries. Will, you did a very stand-up job and I commend you. Is there anybody that you want to shout out today for taking the time to do that?
Yeah, sure.
Who would you like to shout out?
Let me think about it. Hold on.
Well, don't take too long.
No, I won't. I want to shout out to Nicholas Abrams because
All right. Nice. What's up, Nicholas? That is from Will. I am going to pick Colin. Colin, I'm going to have you do the map, name some features. Is that okay?
Okay.
Let's practice a little bit, all right?
Yeah.
What is the name of this continent?
Europe.
Perfect. What about here?
I mean Africa.
Okay, here?
Asia.
Asia, very good. So we got the basics. What about this right here?
Mediterranean Sea.
Exactly. Our old, lovely civilization down
Egypt.
here, Egypt. What is the name of this peninsula?
Iberian Peninsula.
Do you know what two countries make up the Iberian Peninsula?
Is it Spain and France?
Spain and Portugal.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah. And then we're moving on to the seas. What is this one called?
Adriatic. Adriatic.
Don't laugh. It's Adriatic.
Adriatic.
Adriatic. What about this one?
Ionian.
Ionian. And then here?
Oh my God, I know it.
What letter is this?
That's an I.
What?
Oh, that's G.
Wait.
A G?
Okay.
A G?
Oh, Aegean.
Aegean. Very good. And then what about this one?
The Black Sea.
The Black Sea. And then what mountain range went up here?
I don't know.
No? All right. I'm going to try to find the next person that knows that. And then what about this one?
I don't think I wrote that one down.
Oh, man. Okay. Well, that's still a really good try. Colin, thank you so much. And Colin, who would you like to shout out today? Colin, do you have a shout out?
Oh, sure. Yeah, I'm gonna shout out Antoine, I guess.
Cool.
Because I mean.
All right, Antoine, you got yourself a little shout out today. Yay. All right, we're gonna do one more person, and that person, I hope, knows the name of the mountains.
Welcome to the final episode of Name That.
Yes, thanks for that lovely intro.
Yay, the background applause.
Final contestant will be, drum roll please.
Let's do Antoine.
Antoine!
All right, I was inspired to pick you, Antoine, because of Colin's shout out. So, Antoine, how are you doing today?
Good.
Good, all right. So, Antoine, what is the name of this continent?
Africa.
Yes. Up here?
Europe.
Perfect. And over here?
Asia.
Asia. Excellent. What is the name of this peninsula?
Iberian Peninsula.
Very close. Iberian. Iberian. And what two countries?
I think it's Europe and I know it starts with a P.
Oh, heck no.
Pyro.
It's Portugal and Spain.
Dang it. I knew it started.
It's okay. Portugal and Spain. And it's the Iberian Peninsula. Good job. Now, here's the true test. Do you know the name of these mountains?
Rhodope. Mountain,
What was the other one?
Pindus,
Pindus. And then right here is the,
Rhodope,
exactly. What does this sea here?
the Erratic Sea,
Adriatic. Adriatic. What
Oh,
about here?
oh, heck no.
the Mediterranean Sea.
Oh,
Not
heck no.
Mediterranean Sea.
That's right here, but what sea is right under the boot?
Oh, no, 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 no.
Ionian.
No, no, no.
Ionian. And then here?
That is the Black Sea.
Exactly. All right. I am going to go ahead and thank Antoine. And Antoine, do you have a shout out for your peeps?
I'll shout out Braden Newell.
All right, Braden. How you doing today? Good, I hope. All right.
Thanks for tuning in to another
All right, guys, I definitely have a teaser for you guys for the next chapter. And then after we go over that teaser, I am going to go over what you guys should be doing today for your independent work, okay? So that's what we're gonna be doing next here. And take a look at the screen of what I'm going to pop up for you guys for chapter 26. So this chapter, it's one of my favorite chapters. It's definitely one of my favorite notes to give for the chapter. And I want you guys to take a look at this question that I have posed for you guys for this lesson. So maybe some of us can relate to this particular scene that they are setting up for you. And it says, suppose that you are on a sports team that is one play away from winning a game. So we're going to ask you to pick an option of what you think the best way is to choose the final play of the game. You know, this play could help you win the championship, okay? So how do we pick the final play of this game? Do we have the coach or the assistant coach choose the final play? The coach or the assistant coach, the person who is leading you. No talking, please. We also have the three most talented players choose the final play. So maybe it's like your team captains that they kind of come together and just make sure you know that there's multiple players here that are choosing it. Have the one most popular player choose the game, or choose the final play rather, like someone, they might not be the best player, but the most popular player, the most excitable player, and then have all the team members choose the play. So remember, it is A, the coach, B, the most talented players, then the most popular players, and then everybody. I am going to put the chat on so that you guys can give me the letter of the answer that you guys pick. Please just write the letter. Please just write the letter.
Allow me to write the letter.
Hey, Jack, can you please stop?
All right, I'm getting a lot of responses in here. Thank you guys for just writing the letter. I'm seeing several answers, A, B, D. I'm gonna go ahead and close the chat here in about 30 seconds. So make sure you guys put your answer, about 30 seconds.
I I want to elaborate my answer.
I'm going to have to look at this chat later and kind of make a table of your answers because these are all very interesting. All right, I'm going to close out the chat here. 10 seconds.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right. Thank you guys very much. I'm going to go ahead and close the chat here. And I am going to take it to just, if you guys remember back to when we did the philosophies of China, and I said, go to this corner of the room and go to that corner of the room if you feel this way. And then I'll actually tell you a little bit about yourself. Well, that's kind of like this again. So based upon what you guys chose, I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about like that behind your answers means something different. So if you guys chose A, the coach, okay, some of you guys, I see your hands raised that you did choose A. That means that you favor a type of government called a monarchy. And a monarchy has a king or a queen. So you feel like that person is in charge of everybody. If you chose B, which is a group of people or like the captain and a couple other players, you chose an oligarchy. And that's where a small group of rich people rule people. If you chose C, which is the most popular player, you favor you chose a government called, well, it's kind of, it's what Hitler was. So it's basically a type of government where one person rises up and gets everybody charged up. Yeah, we'll definitely learn about that. And then if you chose D, you chose a democracy. You chose where the people all have a say in what has done. So our next chapter, and guys, this is one of the chapters that needs to stick with you to 7th grade, because this is a huge thing that you guys are learning in 7th grade too, these types of government. So we are going to do a really good job of getting you guys on this chapter and learning about the different types of government, because you will definitely need that next year. Okay, so those are the different types of government that we're going to be leading into on Thursday. So I'll be posting those notes. I'll be posting everything that you need to bring to the lesson. And then I'm going to take these last few minutes to leave you guys with what you should be doing independently today. So let me go ahead and share that for you guys on the screen, so you know exactly what to do after you leave this classroom today, this e-classroom. So first and foremost, you guys have your chapter 25 quiz today. Now, if you took it yesterday, if you took it this morning, if you took it a few days ago, it does not count, okay? That was practice. So today, as soon as you leave this lesson, it is live. What that means is you take it one time. That one time is your grade. So when you do go to take it, don't like be distracted. Don't have to get up and leave. I saw lots of people with quizzes last week that they just left it right in the middle of it and never finished it. So I had to take like 5 points. So guys, when you go take this quiz, it is a one-time thing. It is, you get settled in for 20 minutes, 25 minutes, however long it is. And then you do this quiz, and that one grade is your grade on EDSB. So again, make sure you're comfortable, make sure you're in a quiet place when you take this quiz. Next, I do want you guys to go to IXL today after your lesson game. Before your lesson game, maybe you do the IXL to get you warmed up for your quiz. It's a really great IXL lesson. It's a great skill. It's about classical Athens, geography and society. So I think it's a really, really good quiz to take on IXL just to practice that, okay? So those are your pieces of independent work today that you guys are going to be working on after this lesson. Coming up Thursday, we're starting chapter 26, a brand new chapter. We have fill-in notes, so not Cornell, fill-in notes. And it's a really, really great chapter. So with that said, if there are any burning questions that I can answer for you, go ahead and pop those into the chat as fast as you can. I am going to take a look at that chat after the lesson and then speak to you guys or send you a message individually answering your questions, okay? Victoria, Aiden, I wanna thank you guys for your input today. I wanna thank you guys for adding to the lesson in a very special way. Do you guys have any closing words for us today? Victoria first.
Oh, closing words. My closing words are just get through the work. It's a lot. It's a lot of work combined. But just if you think about it's a lot of work combined, then you're not thinking about how small it is on its own. Oh my gosh. You can be like, oh, I have to do this for math, this for Miss Kara's class, this for Miss Breen's class. But then you could be like, how about right now I do Miss Breen's? How about an hour after a break I do Miss Kara's and then I do math? So just like schedule it out and then you'll be all good and just, take a moment to relax and breathe and know that everyone else is stressing out.
Thank you so much, Victoria, for those words. Aiden, what do you have to close us out today?
I was gonna say like what Victoria said, but as opposed to the first week that we did it, it was just all you did it just throughout the day. Now the way we're doing it, you have an hour after the Zoom lesson to do that work. So if you do it in the given time, then you really don't have that much work to do the whole day.
Thank you for that piece of advice. And a lot of us need to hear that because some of us get overwhelmed too quickly. So thank you, Aiden. Thank you, Victoria. Thank you, students, all of you who participated today. Thank you for being here in the lesson. We love seeing your names. I love seeing that you're here, that you're present. Send me a message if you guys need anything or even just to say hi. We miss you like no tomorrow. So thank you guys. I hope you have a great day. Good luck on your quiz. If you need anything, if you need your username or password, let me know. And I'll send you off with that. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.
Bye.